Hello everyone, my name is Swati and today is going to be all about how to get back to yourself. This I consider to be one of the most important things we can work upon. Let's start with the basics. I'm pretty certain that long ago all of us have had some vision of our life. Even though there's a possibility that now it's out of sight, out of mind. But if you just try to dive right back into it, you must have envisioned this perfect house and this perfect lifestyle, one where you get to do everything that you've dreamed of. And you know you can do it because it is not out of reach, it's just within your reach. All you have to do is align all the forces together and make it work. How do you get to that lifestyle, that dark academia life? You're doing everything the same 24 hours, but you make every microsecond or every minute moment count. How do you ever get to it? Because I think all of us have reached a phase where we no longer want to say that procrastination is my cool trait, because somehow we reach a point where we do not want a negative emotion to control everything that we do. Sometimes procrastination is great. Sometimes your body, your mind, it needs that healing, it needs that rest. But you would want more things. Let's imagine our same old movies where you see that there's one angel on your shoulder, on the other you see a devil. A part of you would always tell you to focus on the good part, to focus on things which will lead you towards your dream life. The other part will focus on the current pleasure, that hey, maybe I should just rest, maybe I shouldn't worry about what will happen next week or next month or next year. That, as cool as it sounds, that's definitely the voice of devil sugar-coated with your own voice. It is also very important to understand that this devil part, as much as you want to hate it, it is also the part which wants to protect us. It wants to protect us from stress and pressure. But the good part, the angel part, it knows that that stress, that pressure, it's a temporary thing. It will be over, but the pleasure that it will offer later is what we're aiming. In short, angel is the big picture person. Devil is living in the moment, going with the flow. Both lives are some things that we like to do in all our different phases. But trust me, all of us do circle round to angel. People might say that nice guys finish last, but good ones always get the last word. Good ones are the ones who always secure what they want. That goodness in heart is what keeps them going. The good side of you, it sees your bright future, that too in 4K. It knows what's the right thing to do. Now what do? We have that good version, we have that angel speaking in the back of our mind. But how do we move forward from it? What do we do to actually align those good thoughts with our actions? As simple as it sounds, your conscious behavior. Anytime that you choose to listen to that little voice inside your head, that's when you win the game. All those things that we've learned in our childhood, making a timetable, waking up early, following a routine, as much as we run away from those things, as much as we think that rules cannot bound us, these are foolproof tricks. These are the things which actually work. I remember when our teachers told us that, hey, you should just go home and prepare a timetable about everything that you did during the day. And I just considered it silly that, oh, why do I need to put it on a piece of paper? I can just do whatever I want. My life, my rules, I literally do not have to worry about it. Now that I come to think of it, that piece of paper, it gives you something to follow. As much as we want to be the kings and queens of our own lives, the truth is that it's easier for us to follow the commands, to follow some instructions. why do you think everything that we receive comes with an instruction manual? The fact is that maybe you'll follow the instruction manual given with this table, but when it comes to your life, you don't want to follow someone else's instructions. You want to make it your own. So that's where your own instructions, your own timetable comes into play, where you follow it and you genuinely become the best version, your God self, your goddess self. Now, many people think, why would I want to create a timetable, include things which are tiring, exhausting? I don't want to do that. I just want to enjoy. Here's the loophole. The trick is in making that. The trick is in planning all of it, because it puts your mind into motion. That, hey, maybe I can just do it. I choose not to do it, but I have the ability to do it, and someday I might as well do it. Let's take an example here. Imagine that now you're all about fitness. You're worried about your health, your body, and you're focusing on it. Your first step would be to find what to do. So you search your YouTube videos, you're not sure which one is best, you're researching, you're reading the comments, you're practicing it, then you're getting disappointed that you're not able to do all the exercises. It just gets into this taxing process, and most people do not want to waste their time on that. This is the reason that even though so much free content is available on YouTube, people choose to join gyms, people choose to join subscription plans. Why so? Because that focuses on every body part. Every day is decided that, hey, maybe today you should do legs, today you should do arms and shoulders. This provides you with an order. Even though most of us can follow it ourselves, doing it under a structured plan brings our brain into an organized position. And when our brain feels that everything is sorted and organized, it aligns everything to fall into place. And that's the code that people have cracked. Because end of the day, you don't care about every penny that you saved, but you do care about accomplishing your goals and dreams. This entire thing wouldn't make sense if I do not have some factual points to back it up. So here are my 4 major suggestions to help you get back to your old self. Now you might think, how do I know this? Where did I find it? So I was on a hiatus for over 2 years, away from social media, away from people, which did help me to gain a little bit of perspective. But it does humble me that there's an entire cosmic universe I know nothing about. On that very depressing note, let's get started. Beginning with the earth-shattering, revolutionizing advice, but something that you've already heard of. Do things that make you happy. As simple, as easy as they sound, trust me, that's the trick. All you have to do is get back to the things you used to enjoy. And do not let your brain fool you that, oh, you have changed, you're a different person now, you have different needs, different wants, because that is an absolute lie. You know how we always say people do change, but they don't really change? Because beneath this new skin, you're still the same person. Still the same person who enjoys eating the home-cooked meal. Still the same person who likes going on all the fun rides. So do give yourself that opportunity. Do not take that away from yourself. There will always be n number of monsters inside of you which will try to come out. I call them monsters because, let's admit it, everything inside us isn't standing ovation worthy. We do have our flaws. Sometimes we're jealous. Sometimes we just have evil, pure hatred. And that's okay too, because these things can be controlled. Some things that should not be controlled are things that give us pure happiness, pure joy. So yes, do that walk on the terrace where you catch up with your old friends. Do ignite that old love for chocolate pastries. And yes, do listen to the songs that you heard 5 years ago, because there's still a little version of you which loves doing all of these things. The reason doing these things would be important is because they keep us anchored to our old version, the version who was thriving in every way possible. Just like we say that our family keeps us anchored, similarly, things that make us happy keep us anchored to our succeeding version, to our version that we want to get back to. Next up, we have something very important, especially for one category of people. Dear people pleasers, I'm talking about you. It's about being with people you can be your true self with. Whenever you do not have to pretend to be someone you're not, that's when you've hit a jackpot. For instance, your friends like to drink and party. You like to hang out with them, but your skills, your special skills to please others, they pop in, and then out of obligation, you start drinking, you start partying. But deep in your heart, you do not like it. You don't like that bitter taste of alcohol. So yes, run in the opposite direction. The truth is that as much as we want to fit in, we don't necessarily have to. Sometimes we have to take up space, do things that bring happiness to us and not to them. Because the only person taking care of you is you. End of the day, you might start hating or resenting your friends as if they are doing something wrong to you. But they aren't, are they? If sitting at home, wrapped up like a burrito, watching a celebrity interview and having your favorite ice cream flavor is what you love doing, you should do it. If sitting in a cozy atmosphere, reading your favorite book for the 3rd time is what you love doing, you should do it. If you have been thinking about writing that book, which you think is going to be the best seller, and you want to write it, that's what you should be doing. 3rd one. Oh my god, this one is going to get a lot of resistance. Here you have to try new things. Sounds funny, you want to get to your old self, your true self, then why should you be trying new things? Because as much as you want to get back to your old self, there's still a lot of untapped potential, which is right below the surface, bursting at seams and cannot wait to come out. The only problem is that you're unaware of it. So yes, try all the new things you couldn't even imagine, and things you're 100% sure that you just cannot achieve, and maybe they'll turn out to be the biggest failures of your life, but at least you would have given it a try. Do not let your fear stop you from rattling the entire world with your brave and strong spirit. You have that skill, you have that talent. It just needs a little push, which only you can give. Because the truth is that fear is quite impermanent, but the joy at the end of that tunnel, that's priceless. These things could be as simple as trying a new instrument that you thought would make you look cool, or it could be about reading that overrated classic novel. It can also be practicing new forms of yoga and meditation, something that brings you peace, calm, serenity. The truth is that there are a million things you can do, and you do not have to finish all of it. All you have to do is get started with it. End of the day, it's all about making it count to a limit that you lose track of the days that you've been happy. Even if you do not become a world-known pianist, even if you do not become a certified yoga trainer, who cares? You felt happy in the moments you were doing it. You felt connected to your soul by doing things you never did before. That's the only thing that matters. It is so important that we do not let the concept of righteousness that the society throws at us stop us from doing things. Because for them, reaching the finish line is the goal. But for us, it could be just about running, just about walking, just about participating. Last up, we have spreading joy. As much as we love receiving happiness, receiving joy, end of the day, human beings are not takers, human beings are givers. So all the joy that you've bundled up inside yourself, give it out. Oh, it doesn't make sense? It doesn't have to. We love receiving joy, we love receiving happiness, but it's also about giving. It's also about having that small gesture of kindness which can bring a smile on someone's face, which can make someone's entire day, nay, maybe someone's entire month. Human beings do live through some sad and pathetic moments. There are moments when they choose to be selfish, but throwing a couple of acts of kindness and generosity here and there can do no harm. Deep in your bones, you know the feeling you get when you make someone happy. You know how it lifts you up in ways you cannot even imagine. Whether we admit it or not, helping someone out, making someone happy, brings us this immense amount of happiness, and that happiness is the motivation for a variety of our actions, whether we know it or not. So if you want to get back to yourself, follow your gut. If your gut tells you, help out that old man in carrying his groceries, just do it. If your gut tells you to hold the door open for a stranger that you'll never ever get to see again, just do it. Small gestures of kindness can actually help you transform into a better version of yourself. And luckily, your brain already knows that. And if anything gives you that great feeling from within, act on it. So this was it about getting back to yourself. Here's to hoping that good things follow you the way you follow your passion and dreams. Bye-bye.